Again, chapter 22, Canto 5, Creative Impetus, chapter 22, the orbits of the planets. In this chapter, the movements of all the planets are discussed and how they impact each the living entities actually. Just like in Jyotish Shastra, certain planet has influence, bad or good or bad influence like that. Okay, so pretty much it's also like in the previous chapters, a lot of descriptive or technical information, a little bit of sometimes Prabhupada writes a little purport here and there. Okay, next one.
Rajo Vacha Yad etad bhagavata adityasya merum dhruvam cha pradakshineena parikramato rashinam abhimukam prachalitam cha pradakshinam bhagavatopavarnitam amushyavayam katham anumimi mahiti.
King Pariksha inquired from Sukadeva Goswami, "My dear Lord, you've already affirmed the truth that the supremely powerful Sun God travels around Dhruvaloka with both Dhruvaloka and Mount Sumera on his right. Yet at the same time the Sun God faces the signs of the zodiac and keeps Sumera and Dhruvaloka on his left. How can we reasonably accept that the Sun God proceeds with Sumera and Dhruvaloka on both his left and right simultaneous?" Text 2.
Sahovacha Yatha kulala chakrena brahmata saha brahmatam tad ashrayanam pipilikadinam gatir anaiva pradeshantareshvapi upalabhyamanatvad evam nakshatra rashibhir upalakshitena kala chakrena dhruvam merum cha pradakshinena paridhavata saha paridhavamananam tad ashrayanam suryadinam grihanam gatir anyaiva nakshatrantare rashyantare swapalabhyamanatvat.
Sri Sukadeva Goswami clearly answered, when a potter's wheel is moving and small ants located on that big wheel are moving with it, one can see that their motion is different from that of the wheel, because they appear sometimes on one part of the wheel and sometimes on another. Similarly, the signs and constellations with Sumera and Dhruvaloka on their right move with the wheel of time, and the ant-like sun and other planets move with them. The sun and planets, however, are seen in different signs and constellations at different times. This indicates that their motion is different from that of the zodiac and the wheel of time itself. Right? Like sometimes when you are running very fast in a field, going around, when you run too fast, the guy who's slower, you can be behind the person, or you can be in front of the person. So similarly in the potter's wheel also, the sun is here, but because it's moving, then sun is on the other side, and then the Sumera is still on the middle, right? So it's on different sides sometimes. So that is what he's trying to explain. Text 3.
Sa esha bhagavan adipurusha eva sakshan narayano lokanam swastaya atmanam trayimayam karma vishuddhi nimittam kavibhir apicha vedena vijignasyamano dvadashada vibhajya satsu vasantadishvruteshu yathopajosham rutugunan vidadhati.
The original cause of the cosmic manifestation is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narayana. When great saintly persons, fully aware of the Vedic knowledge, offered prayers to the Supreme Person, he descended to this material world in the form of the sun to benefit all the planets and purify fruitive activities. He divided himself into 12 parts and created seasonal forms, beginning with spring. In this way he created the seasonal qualities such as heat, cold, and so on. So you can say the Lord either came as a sun god, or he empowers an entity to be a sun god like that. Can be both, yeah, not just one. Text 4.
तम एतं हि पुरुषास्त्रय्य विद्यया वर्णाश्रमाचारानुपथा उच्चावचैः कर्माभिर् आम्नतैर् योगवितानैश्च श्रद्धया यजन्तो अंजसा श्रेयः समाधिगच्छन्ति.
According to the system of 4 varnas and 4 ashramas, people generally worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narayana, who is situated as the Sun God. With great faith, they worship the Supreme Personality as the Super Soul according to ritualistic ceremonies handed down in the 3 Vedas, such as Agnihotra and similar higher and lower fruitive acts, and according to the process of mystic yoga. In this way, they very easily attain the ultimate goal of life. Text 5.
अतास एष आत्मा लोकानां द्यौ अप्रवित्योर अंतरेण नभो वलयस्य कालचक्रो गतो 12 मासान् भुङ्क्ते राशि संज्ञान् संवत्सरावयवान् मासः पक्षद्वयं दिवानक्तं चेति सपदक्षद्वयम् उपदिशन्ति यावता षष्ठम् अंशं भुञ्जित स वै ऋतुर् इत्युपदिश्यते संवत्सरावयः.
The sun god, who is Narayana or Vishnu, the soul of all the worlds, is situated in outer space between the upper and lower portions of the universe. Passing through 12 months on the wheel of time, the sun comes in touch with 12 different signs of the zodiac and assumes 12 different names according to those signs. The aggregate of those 12 months is called a samvatsara, or an entire year. According to lunar calculations, 2 fortnights, one of the waxing moon and the other of the waning, form 1 month. That same period is 1 day and night for the planet Pitriloka. According to stellar calculations, a month equals 2 1/4 constellations. When the sun travels for 2 months, a season passes, and therefore the seasonal changes are considered parts of the body of the year. So Pitriloka is slightly different from the Sargaloka, right? So you can see it's a different calculation. Text 6.
अताच यावतार्धेन नभो मिथ्यां प्रचरति तं कालम् अयनम् आचक्षते.
Thus the time the sun takes to rotate through half of outer space is called an ayana, or its period of movement in the north or in the south. 7.
अथाच यावन् नभो मण्डलं सह द्वाव अप्रवृत्तिव्योर् मण्डलाभ्यां कार्त्स्नेन सह भुञ्जित तं कालं संवत्सरं परिवत्सरम् इदावत्सरम् अनुवत्सरं वत्सरम् इति भानोर्मान्द्य सैगृह्य समगतिभिः समामनन्ति.
The sun god has 3 speeds: slow, fast and moderate. The time he takes to travel entirely around the spheres of heaven, earth and space at these 3 speeds is referred to by learned scholars by the 5 names: Samvatsara, Parivatsara, Idavatsara, Anuvatsara and Vatsara. And Srila Prabhupada writes how each year extends 6 days beyond the calendar year if you do solar calculation. Lunar calculation, it loses it's 6 days shorter, which means total of 12 days are missing. So therefore every year, Samvatsara, Parivatsara, etc., 2 extra months are added within each 5-year cycle. So this makes a 6th Samvatsara, but because the Samvatsara is extra, the solar system is calculated according to the above 5 names. So they adjust accordingly. Okay, they're not going to create another name for it. So that's how they calculate in Jyoti, all,
That is why we have Purushottam month, 3 to 4 years. That is the reason for one extra.
I'm not sure about that, but you can assume. Yeah. So that's 2 months every 5 years. Yeah.
Because of the different speeds, is that why the time on the moon is different? time on the heavenly planets is different than the Earth planet?
For what?
Because the sun's rotating speed.
Sun is going different speeds at different
So
times.
that's why they have longer duration of a month. Like 1 month is just 1 day for them. Like that.
I do not know because of that or not. That may not be the reason. They have their own time scales.
So if it is
If it's not determined by sun, then how? What is it determined by?
since the object is closer, so then it's actually going faster.
It's a different understanding. He's saying is the sun must be moving faster for.
Is it like that?
According to the Shastra.
Sometimes it's moving faster. I have not understood if it's like what you are saying.
So then what will be the other criteria for them to have a longer duration of, like Brahma has the longest day compared to heavenly planets and compared to us?
So then, but then the sun doesn't go all the way to Brahma Loka. No? So it's got nothing to do with that.
It's not with that.
The Kala Chakra is still moving, and it moves differently for different regions.
Time.
Yeah, the sun just moves through these different regions in different speeds. Yeah.
So it's not related to that.
No, the sun doesn't force the time.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't force. The Kala Chakra still moves. It moves with the chakra, Kala Chakra.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
the one which determines a different
Yeah,
time periods for different locations.
yeah. Text,
Kala Chakra.
text 8, yeah.
एवं चंद्रमा अर्क गभस्तिभ्य उपारिस्ताल लक्षयोजनता उपलभ्यमानो अर्कस्य संवत्सर भुक्तिं पक्षाभ्यां मास भुक्तिं सपादक्ष्याभ्यां दिनेनैव पक्षभुक्तिं अग्रचारी द्रुततर गमनो भुङ्क्ते.
Above the rays of the sunshine by a distance of 100,000 yojanas, 800,000 miles, is the moon, which travels at a speed faster than that of the sun. In 2 lunar fortnights, the moon travels through the equivalent of a samvatsara of the sun. That means 1 year. 2 weeks it takes for the sun to travel 1 year, like that. In 2 1/4 days it passes through a month of the sun, and in 1 day it passes through a fortnight of the sun. So in the purport, Srila Prabhupada writes, middle of the purport, we have to accept the calculations of the Vedic literature. These Vedic calculations are steady. The astronomical calculations made long ago and recorded in the Vedic literature are correct even now. Then he says, whether the Vedic calculations or modern ones are better may remain a mystery for others, but as far as we are concerned, we accept the Vedic calculations to be correct. And why is that necessary?
They don't have the 4 defects.
Shabda Praman was one thing. The other thing is, otherwise your faith will be disturbed. Yeah, and then you won't have. So here, 30 moon days is 1 year of the sun. Okay, so they have different calculations. Therefore, we have to accept the Vedic calculations somehow or other with faith, and then we'll understand. Text 9.
अथ चापूर्यमानाभिश्च कलाभिर् अमराणां क्षीयमानाभिश्च कलाभिः पितॄणाम् अहोरात्राणि पूर्वपक्षापरे पक्षाभ्यां वितन्वानः सर्वजीवनिवः प्राणो जीवश्चैकम् एकं नक्षत्रं त्रिंशत् मुहूर्तैर्भुङ्क्ते.
When the moon is waxing, that means it's getting
smaller.
waxing is getting bigger. The illuminating portions of it increase daily, thus creating day for the demigods and night for the pitas. When the moon is waning, however, it causes night for the demigods and day for the pitas. In this way, the moon passes through each constellation of stars in 30 muhurtas, an entire day. The moon is a source of nectarian coolness that influences the growth of food grains, and therefore the moon god is considered the life of all living entities. He is constantly called Jiva, the chief living being within the universe. So here, moon also has some other very positive function. And here also he is considered to be life-giving. Earlier on we read about the sun, he is also life-giving. So they are both necessary. Text 10.
Moon planet is also very cold, right? Very
Huh?
cold, very cold.
Moon planet is considered cool. Not coal, cool.
Not cool.
Cool.
Not Seattle.
Not freezing cold. As far as I understand, it's cool. Yeah.
या एष षोडश कलाः पुरुषो भगवान् मनोमयो अन्नमयो अमृतमयो देवपितृमनुष्यभूत पशुपक्षी सरीसृप विरुधां प्रणप्यायन शीलत्वात् सर्वमाय इति वर्णयन्ति.
Translation: because the moon is full of all potentialities, it represents the influence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The moon is the predominating deity of everyone's mind, and therefore the moon god is called Manomaya. He is also called Annamaya because he gives potency to all herbs and plants, and he is called Amritamaya because he is the source of life for all living entities. The moon pleases the demigods, pitas, human beings, animals, birds, reptiles, trees, plants, and all other living entities. Everyone is satisfied by the presence of the moon. Therefore, the moon is also called Sarvamaya, all-pervading. So he has how many names here? You all should try to understand why each name is used for him, so you can appreciate. Also, in Mayapur, they are building this Vedic planetary system. So a lot of intelligent devotees are working out, and when they are finalized, then they probably will send the understanding for all of us. So when we are reading here, we may go, it's not easy sometimes, and we speculate too much. But they have a lot of Puranas to help them also, and I think like people like Danavir Maharaj, Gokul Chandra, and all of these people have been working for many years, so they will come with a better understanding.
So Prabhu, this is saying your moon is the predominating deity of everyone's mind. Aniruddha is that, right? Why are you saying that?
Well, the Lord's potency is invested in the moon also. Yeah. So, in one sense, the moon, if you look at just in terms of the potency, he is the Supreme Personality. Just like Brahma is the Supreme Personality, but in terms of the guna, right? The investment of the Lord's potency. If in terms of that you look, then it's like Bhagavan himself. But it's a jiva empowered. Yeah. So similarly, he's empowered personality. Yeah. So he's under the empowerment of Aniruddha. He's able to govern the mind or help the mind. But in general, people.
Aniruddha is in the mind element. But here within this
universe is the moon. Yeah. So sometimes people cannot handle the influence of the moon too much, so they go crazy. Yeah. So you'll find generally, statistically, you see, full moon day there's more weird things happening with people. Yeah. It's a recorded thing.
A lot of ghosts and all those things during Purnima.
That maybe also, I do not know about that.
Amavasya, Prabhu.
No, Purnima also actually, like full moon also, it's not, I don't know ghosts and all, but
Purnima has some significance, but Amavasya is because it's dark.
Dark.
It goes like a roam around.
Yeah, ghost like creatures can come during Amavasya, but Purnima time it affects the mental equilibrium of some people. Yeah. So it is a fact that they say. Therefore, they say you are. What is that? They say lunatic. Yes. Yeah. The word comes from luna. Yeah. Okay, text 11.
तथा उपरिष्टाद् द्विलक्ष योजनतो नक्षत्राणि मेरुं दक्षिणेनैव कालायन ईश्वर योजितानि सहभिजिष्टाष्ट विंशतिः. There
are many stars located 300,000 yojanas, 2.4 million miles above the moon. Now the moon is higher than the sun according to this. Don't figure another way. By the supreme will of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, they are fixed to the wheel of time, and thus they rotate with Mount Sumera on their right, their motion being different from that of the sun. There are 28 important stars headed by Abhijit. Right? So they are all rotating, but at different speeds. Everyone is moving at different speeds. So according to Srila Prabhupada, these stars are 4 million miles above the earth. Right? But our stars are, according to scientists, are light years away.
So, Prabhuji,
Yeah.
so here in the translation it says above the moon 1.6 million miles. In the purport it says 1.6 million above the sun. Is it a typo? Or
It's
just like
2.4.
It should be above the moon, not the sun.
no, it says 1.6.
No, it's 300,000. This is not correct.
No, the reference above the moon would have been correct.
Yeah, but it's wrong.
It's above the sun.
It's
It's above
wrong.
the sun.
It's actually
Above the moon.
no. Yours is wrong. You have to change.
What is the correct?
The purport says the stars referred to herein are 3.2 million miles above the sun,
Oh.
and thus they are 4 million miles above the earth.
Okay, so this one, that's wrong.
The number is wrong here, and then in the translation, go back to the translation.
Translation is correct.
It's 300,000 yojanas.
How do we know it is wrong? Internet is right.
Okay, change that to 300,000 yojanas.
The
Prabhu,
translation.
This
Veda
is-
base
True, Veda base also has the same thing.
No, mine is the latest. So it's 300,000 yojanas and 2.4 million miles
Above the moon or sun?
above the moon.
Okay.
Translation is okay.
Let me check.
Translation also wrong.
300,000 yojanas and how many miles?
Times 8.
That is
Divi Laksha is 200,000.
Yeah.
No,
Means two, no?
3 laksha yojana.
It says the
The verse itself
The verse
is
says-
wrong.
It's wrong, that's what I'm telling you.
The verse itself is
It's
wrong.
wrong, yeah. It's 3 laksha.
oh,
Then it will be three.
So the number is 3,020,000.
Yeah. So 300,000
Three lakh
yojana.
Before 8 lines.
3 lakhs.
Yeah, even the Sanskrit is wrong. So it's a tatha uparishta 3 laksha yojanato.
So that means the star is located 300,000 yojanas, that is
2.4.
Above the moon.
2.4 million.
Yes.
And
miles.
moon is above by 1 million. 1
Yeah.
lakh. 1 lakh.
And,
above.
sun.
So around 4 lakh.
Got it? Everything else is correct.
And then here the stars here and after are 3.2 million
Yes, 3.2.
above the sun.
Sun.
And thus they are
4 million miles above the earth.
4 million of earth. Yeah.
Right? Okay. Text 12.
तथा उपरिष्टाद् उषाना द्विलक्ष योजनता उपलभ्यते पुरतः पश्चात् सहैव वाक्यस्य सैगृह्य मान्द्य सम्याभिर्गतिभिरर्कवत् चरति लोकानां नित्यादनुकूल एव प्रायाणे वर्षयांस् चारेणानुमीयते स वृष्टि विस्ताम्ब गृहोपशमनः.
Translation: some 1.6 million miles above this group of stars is the planet Venus, which moves at almost exactly the same pace as the sun according to swift, slow and moderate movements. Sometimes Venus moves behind the sun, sometimes in front of the sun, and sometimes along with it. Venus nullifies the influence of planets that are obstacles to rainfall. Consequently, its presence causes rainfall, and it is therefore considered very favorable for all living beings within this universe. This has been accepted by learned scholars. So it's like Jyoti, you know.
Venus.
Venus is above stars now. 2 lakhs above stars.
Yeah, Venus higher than the stars.
Shukra.
Venus is Shukra.
Yeah.
I do not know what the Sanskrit word is. It says Ushana here, so
I mean Hindi. but-
Ushana is Shukra.
I do not.
Among the Kavis,
So
I am
this
Huh?
Ushana. Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita, among the Kavis, I am the Ushana.
Yeah.
Same person.
Oh, is it-
No, that's a different Ushana, I think. That's Kavis, you know. It's nothing to do with this. Text 13.
उषनसा बुधो व्याख्यातस्तथा उपरिस्ताद् 2,00,000 बुधः सोमसुत उपलभ्यमानः प्रायेण शुभकृत् यदार्कत् काद् व्यतिरिच्येत तदातिवाताभ्र प्रायानावृष्ट्यादि भयम् आशंसते.
Mercury is described to be similar to Venus in that it moves sometimes behind the sun, sometimes in front of the sun, and sometimes along with it. It is 1.6 million miles above Venus or 7.2 million miles above Earth. Mercury, which is the son of the moon, is almost always very auspicious for the inhabitants of the universe. But when it does not move along with the sun, it forebodes cyclones, dust, irregular rainfall, and waterless clouds. In this way, it creates fearful conditions due to inadequate or excessive rainfall, depending on where it is positioned. Text 14.
अतः ऊर्ध्वम् अंगारको अपि योजनलक्षद्वितीय उपलभ्यमानास् त्रिभिः पक्षैर् एकैकशो राशीन् द्वादशानुभूते यदि न वक्रेणाभिवर्तते प्रायेण शुभ ग्रहो अघसंशः.
Situated 1.6 million miles above Mercury or 8,800,000 miles above 8,800,000 miles above Earth is the planet Mars. If this planet does not travel in a crooked way, it crosses through each sign of the zodiac in 3 fortnights, and in this way travels through all 12 one after another. It almost always creates unfavorable conditions in respect to rainfall and other influences. That means it's considered to be bad effects. Yeah. Text 15.
तथा उपरिस्ताद् 2,00,000 गता भगवान् बृहस्पतिर् एकैकस्मिन् राशौ परिवत्सरं चरति यदि न वक्रः स्यात् प्रायेणानुकूलो ब्राह्मणाकुलस्य.
Situated 1.6 million miles above Mars or 10.4 million miles above Earth is the planet Jupiter, which travels through one sign of the zodiac within the period of a parivatsara. If its movement is not curved, the planet Jupiter is very favorable to the brahmanas of the universe. It's always a positive. It's called what? Guru or something?
Jupiter is good.
So it's always favorable spiritually. Text 16.
तथा उपरिस्ताद् योजनलक्षद्वयात् प्रतीयमानः शनैश्चर एकैकस्मिन् राशौ 30 मासान् विलम्बमानः सर्वान् एवानुपर्येति तावद्भिर् अनुवत्सरैः प्रायेण हि सर्वेषाम् अशान्तिकरः.
Situated 1.6 million miles above Jupiter or 12 million miles above Earth is the planet Saturn, which passes through one sign of the zodiac in 30 months and covers the entire zodiac cycle in 30 anuvatsaras. This planet is always very inauspicious for the universal situation. Shani.
So does the individual personalities actually live in those planets? They do, right?
They are there and they are also everywhere by the Lord's empowerment. Yeah. So, yeah. Text 17.
तथा उत्तरस्मात् ऋषयः 11,00,000 अन्तरे उपलभ्यन्ते ये एव लोकानां साम् अनुभाव्यान्तः भगवतः विष्णोः यत् परमं पदं प्रदक्षिणं प्रक्रमन्ति.
Situated 8,800,000 miles above Saturn or 20,800,000 miles above Earth are the 7 saintly sages who are always thinking of the well-being of the inhabitants of the universe. They circumambulate the supreme abode of Lord Vishnu known as Saptarishis. They have their own planet, or
Only for
system.
7 of them. Only for 7 of them.
7 of them, yeah. Thus in the Bhakti and the Purpose of the 5th canto, 22nd chapter, the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled The Orbits of the Planets.
So how does this astrology work? So based on when you are born, no, general principle. Like
Yeah.
Based on the constellation of the stars,
At that time.
the effect is calculated in future, how it affects your
Yeah,
health.
the way they do it is they will roll
Dice.
die or something. So as long as it rolls, they will calculate. As soon as it stops, they stop calculating. Then based on that, they read your Jyoti. Yeah.
That is one type of.
Yeah. Then the other one is what?
Other one is just
This is time.
looking based on the time.
Place of
Based on time, which is now
constellation.
used commonly.
That's what
Yeah.
we know.
And that thing is very few people only know.
Yeah.
That's very
Precise movement.
advanced.
Yeah.
Very people follow that.
The old system was
There's
like
a
that.
name for it, I forgot.
So basically at that time, at the moment,
Yeah,
they are nearby, and as soon as they hear the child or whatever, they all know, they roll the die for a certain period, it will roll, and then they write calculations. And then as soon as they stop calculating. Based on that, then they read. And then the other one is just the time, place, and nakshatras.
Nakshatra.
Yeah.
Constellation.
Constellation.
Yeah. So they have more when they do the calculation between the time and then everything. Now you don't have all that expertise. Prabhupada said nobody is expert anymore. Yeah. So that's how they do it. Yeah.
So based on how the planets will affect in future, based on the time.
Yeah. They will tell you when you die, everything they can tell you. Yeah. Based on your
Based on our
karma.
karma.
Karma, yeah. It's based on karma only.
Our own package.
Yeah.
Our own package.
Yeah. There's another one, right? What is it? Brigu?
Yeah, Bhrigu Shastra.
Yeah. So in Brigu Shastra they
Nadi
say
Shastra.
every
Nadi.
single one of your thing is there.
It's called Nadi Shastra.
Nadi?
Nadi Shastra or Bhrigu Shastra.
Okay.
So that person, he has all the palm leaves.
Yeah.
So Indrabindu Maharaj had written.
Yeah, I know. He wrote an article.
Only for a person.
So it's just just blows your mind
It
how
is
they do
somewhere
it.
in
But
some temple in South India.
South
Right?
Yeah.
No,
This
Rajasthan.
is in
Rameshwaram.
Rajasthan.
Rajasthan event.
One is in Punjab.
South
Maharaj went in
right.
Rajasthan.
South also is there.
Rameshwaram.
So they can, if you go, the guy will tell you, yeah, I know you are coming today.
Bangladesh.
That's how. Don't ask me how.
Chidambaram, I think.
So, yeah.
So in south it is Agastya Munis, in the north is Bhrigu Munis.
Okay. I do not know all these things. I never went into reading all this Jyoti. One time I read Srila Prabhupada says, no, don't waste your time. That was it. I said, I can't understand. Don't let it disturb me.
So the zodiac signs are
Yeah.
not nothing more physical form in the universe, right? Zodiac signs
They are constellation of stars. You know.
is the star, so they
Yeah.
are physically present in the
Yeah, that's why the sun is moving through those things. No?
They are all wife of who?
House, right? They are like
They
a
are all
house.
wives of. They are all ladies, right?
different demi-
All these constellations, the stars, 27 stars, they are all wives of
Yeah. I do not know whose wives.
moon, I think.
This is moon.
Moon? I don't know. I've never read it.
All the nakshatras, that's what they explain.
Yeah, I've never read it, so I
Said
don't
Moon
know.
was the son of somebody, right? Moon
Huh?
was son of Venus, I think.
No.
Venus and
Venus
No,
was-
Venus is a son of
something
Moon.
else.
Mercury was
Okay.
son of.
So now I think the description of the pole star and where it is located. So it's in another planetary, you can call it another system of stars. So it is described as Shishumara. Shishumara is like a dolphin shape. So I think the tail of the dolphin is where the pole star is. And then like that. So let's read about that. Text 1.
श्रीशुक उवाच अथा तस्मात् परतस्त्रयोदशलक्ष योजनान्तरतो यत् तत् विष्णोः परमं पदम् अभिवदन्ति यत्र हा महाभागवतो ध्रुव औत्तानपादे अग्निनेन्द्रेण प्रजापतिना कश्यपेन धर्मेण च समाकाल युग्भिः सबाहुमानं दक्षिणतः क्रियमाना इदानीम् अपि कल्पजीवीनाम् अविद्य उपास्ते tasyahanubhava upavarnitaha.
Sukadeva Goswami continued, my dear king, 1.3 million yojanas, 10.4 million miles, above the planets of the 7 sages is the place that learned scholars describe as the abode of Lord Vishnu. There the son of Maharaja Uttanapada, the great devotee Maharaj Dhruva, still resides as the life source of all the living entities who live until the end of the creation. Agni, Indra, Prajapati, Kashyapa and Dharma all assemble there to offer him honor and respectful obeisances. They circumambulate him with their right sides toward him. I have already described the glorious activities of Maharaj Dhruva in the 4th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. So, why do they circumambulate with their right side to a person? What is the reason? When you all circumambulate? That's what? Dakshini, huh? Okay. Yeah, I've heard that also. Right side is always considered auspicious and left is inauspicious. I was wondering if there's anything else that you all know.
People are left-handed, right? So what about them?
So
No, they won't circumambulate.
yeah, we are talking about circumambulation. People are born left and right-handed is different.
They have to use only right hand for it.
Yes. Yeah.
They might do for others in and all.
But wives are always on the left hand side of a husband, right? I think so.
No,
That is-
that's how
No, Mataji, the wives are always on the right hand
Yeah, that
side.
is inauspicious, right?
Depends.
No. That doesn't mean
That is
that.
depends.
That's-
That depends.
What is the most
It's a married relationship.
Yeah,
It's
it's-
on the right hand side.
I can also say it's closer to the heart.
That's also another explanation because
Yes.
heart is more
It's
left
closer to
on
the
the
heart.
left side.
It's dear to Krishna.
We are senses when we pay.
Yeah, we pay because our
Our
heart.
heart is closer.
But if you say inauspicious, then the deities when we are paying.
No, it's different. The soul, heart, like that. That's how they describe. I'm asking what is the reason, and some reason they say circumambulating in the clockwise direction is auspicious.
That is.
Yeah, not anti-clockwise.
That automatically becomes right hand side.
Uh-huh.
That automatically becomes right if you have to go clockwise.
Yes. Yeah. So you can see the whole
Sun is also moving.
mandala, everything is moving in
Clockwise.
clockwise. Our clock also go on clockwise. Right?
We are imitating the macro.
Yeah. Text 2.
Saha hi sarvesham jyotihi gananam grahanakshatra adinam animishena avyakta ramhasa bhagavata kalena brahmyamananam stanuhu iva avastambah ishwarena vihitaha sashvat avabhasate.
Established by the supreme will of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the pole star, which is the planet of Maharaja Dhruva, constantly shines as the central pivot for all the stars and planets. The unsleeping, invisible, most powerful time factor causes these luminaries to revolve around the pole star without cessation. So in the purport, Srila Prabhupada gives very nice information. It is distinctly stated herein that all the luminaries, the planets and stars, revolve by the influence of the supreme time factor. Right? Because of time they are forced to move. The time factor is another feature of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Everyone is under the influence of the time factor. But the Supreme Personality of Godhead is so kind and loves his devotee Maharaj Dhruva so much that he has placed all the luminaries under the control of Dhruva's planet and has arranged for the time factor to work under him or with his cooperation. Everything is actually done according to the will and direction of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But to make his devotee Dhruva the most important individual within the universe, the Lord has placed the activities of the time factor under his control. So nice.
So before Dhruva's pastime,
It was all revolving on their own, not based on Dhruva's decisions or whatever Prabhupada says, according to will and direction. Yeah.
Well, then one more thing. Every material universe, is there a Dhruva planet? Dhruva is only Dhruva. Lord Dhruva Maharaj is one, right? But every material universe will have a Dhruva planet.
It's possible. I don't know. Huh?
Every universe might have a pole star.
Yeah.
But it may not be just.
May not be the same person. Someone else.
Some other devotee.
Yeah. It is possible. I do not know. It's possible there's a pole star just like that.
So, Prabhu, one question
Yeah.
about the circumambulation. So, actually, in India,
They do.
for Navagrahams, like all the 9, like Saturn, Rahu, Ketu, we have, right? We do 8 times in the clockwise, and 1 everybody does anti-clockwise.
I do not know. I'm telling you, I don't know all these things.
Right?
Where is it? Which scripture? Yeah, so you have to quote scripture and say it's in this Purana, then we can say, okay, Vyasadeva must have a reason, but we do not know whether it's Vyasadeva or these people just made up their own. Maybe they were going to do one more and then they saw somebody there, they turned around walked, and everybody
Everybody does that actually.
yeah, and then it became a tradition. Huh?
Sometimes it happens.
Yeah. Right? Like Srila Prabhupada does the twirl and goes, right? When he walks in one video.
But what is it? He twirls around, right? In front of you.
Even now they do it around Tulsi Maharani.
But we do so that the back is not
So what
towards
is that?
Prabhupada.
Prabhupada?
Somebody
I know
told me that.
So some people say back is not behind Prabhupada. I mean, come on, how many times you walk with your back to Prabhupada?
Not many times.
Yeah.
But when we are circumambulating Tulsi Maharani,
Only at that time you do, right? Why don't you do all the time then?
But Prabhu,
Doesn't
actually,
make
if you think like that, then Lord is present everywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
We should always be circling.
Yeah.
We are, we don't know.
No, because we are always
We're dancing
at
all the
some
time.
point we are always showing our back to somewhere.
That's a Mayavadi statement. Because deities we have to respect.
He's also present.
No,
in
but
the
Lord is
first
present
God,
everywhere.
that's Paramatma, he is the Bhagavan himself. What will he do then?
Well, from what I spoken to one person in Mayapur, he said Prabhupada is not like the deity. He is a deity, but not like the deity where you install Krishna. So it's different, yeah. So the rules don't apply like you go into an altar that applies with Prabhupada so much.
So what we do is just a tradition.
Somebody doing it, we will do it.
Yeah.
Prabhupada used to do
No question, no.
that. So he did that when the curtains were open or something. So I'm not sure if someone can find out and inform me.
This was
What
always
he did,
in my
Prabhu?
mind.
Huh?
What is
This
it?
was always in mind. It was, I also do it. Other following others, but I didn't know. So.
Yeah, because the Nectar of Devotion says you cannot circumambulate in front of the deities anyone else. So maybe that is the reason why Prabhupada does the break. Yeah. But then now everybody does it, even when the curtain is closed, anywhere they are walking, they will stool. Huh?
Purusha worship should not be done in front of the deities. Right?
Yeah, you don't. But the curtains are
Except for
closed.
Guru Puja, yeah. Except for Guru Puja.
So, but still people do that. So same thing. Like
What
you
they
said.
do, Prabhu, actually, I didn't
They
get
break the circle. If you don't know, it's better you don't know.
Move like in circle in front of Prabhupada, right?
While circling Prabhu, we'll spin one spin and then circle.
Become a Mangalati, you know.
But that we do only for Tulsi Maharani.
Right.
That's
Why
what
are
we're
we doing that
discussing.
spin?
Because DT is there, right?
That's
There is an
It is closed, Baba.
But still. Oh.
They say for Prabhupada. Then I say that applies to every acharya.
Yeah, I thought
Right?
it was for the deities. Even though deities are closed, we still should not show our back to the deities. So only today I was thinking.
Very smart. No.
We do for Prabhupada.
Anyway, go and ask, but I know what I know. But you all can ask. Talk to some senior. I think you all should ask the head pujaris, Jayananda Prabhu, the GBC. Then he will tell you all. according to-
Some sannyasis, yeah, because I've seen many sannyasis.
Yeah, because they grew up in that environment. So I used to because I've never read where Tulsi Pradakshina where it says you have to do that. So that's why I question. So are we doing it correctly or are we just following? Nothing wrong. Nothing wrong. I just asked. Next three.
Good to know.
Yeah, it's good to know also.
Yatha medishtamba Akramana Pashavaha Samyojitas Tribihi Savanair Yathastanam Mandalani Charandyevam Bhagana Grihadaya Etasmin Antarbahir Yogena Kala Chakra Ayojita Dhruvam Evavalambya Varuno Diryamana Akalpantam Pantam Parichan Kramanti Nabhasi Yatha Megaha Senadayo Vayu Vasaha Karma Saratayaha Parivartante Evam Jyotir Ganaha Prakriti Purusha Samyogana Nugrahitaha Karma Nirmita Gatayo Bhuvina Patanti.
When bulls are yoked together and tied to a central post to thresh rice, they thread around that pivot without deviating from their proper positions. One bull being closest to the post, another in the middle, and a third on the outside. Similarly, all the planets and all the hundreds and thousands of stars revolve around the pole star, the planet of Maharaj Dhruva, in their respective orbits, some higher and some lower. Fastened by the Supreme Personality of Godhead to the machine of material nature, according to the results of their fruitive acts, they are driven around the pole star by the wind and will continue to be so until the end of creation. These planets float in the air within the vast sky, just as clouds with hundreds of tons of water float in the air, or as the great Siena eagles, due to the results of past activities, fly high in the sky and have no chance of falling to the ground. Now, since we were talking about the going around Tulsi, I want to know, since it's like curious for me, what prayers you all chant when you pay obeisance to Tulsi Maharaj? Some say Vishnu, some say Krishna. Yeah, it should be Vishnu, because that's what Prabhupada did. Yeah. Many places.
People interchangeably they use Krishna.
Huh?
Some people say Krishna Bhakti.
Yeah.
But once somebody chastised me. So
yeah, it is Vishnu. That is the original mantra. I don't know why we become so. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya changed the prayer in one word, and then Mahaprabhu said you can't do that. Yeah. So leave it as what it was. Yeah. So we shouldn't.
You cannot touch the shafts.
Yeah, we shouldn't whimsically change.
Otherwise, people will keep on continuing.
Yeah, they will say what's wrong with this, and then keep changing everything. All right. So yeah, I just want to clear that. Now it's okay. Purport. Prabhupada writes, the hundreds and thousands of stars and the great planets such as the Sun, the Moon, Venus, Mercury, Mars and Jupiter are not clustered together because of the law of gravity or any similar idea of the modern scientists. These planets and stars are all servants of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Govinda or Krishna. And according to his order, they sit in their chariots and travel in their respective orbits. So the personalities, all these persons in the planet, the deity of the planet, or what you can say, they are riding on their chariots. Now, sometimes you know, like we were discussing, if Surya is he always on the chariot? Yes. But can he be in another place? Yes, also, because he has the empowerment by the Supreme Lord. Therefore, just like when Kunti prayed, right, Surya Bhagavan had to come. So he can, by the potency of the Lord and his mercy, they can do those things. Just like we are controlled by the demigods. How is that possible? Right? Through the Supreme Lord, through the Paramatma, the demigods can control each and every one of us. One demigod is in charge of, let's say, the eyes. The sun is in charge of the eyes, vision. So he's in charge of all of eyes. But that potency is coming from Supreme Lord Krishna. So similarly, when you read, he's riding a chariot. He's sitting there also, and he is also at other places also, if he wants to be, by the potency of the Lord, like that. And so they all have their own orbits. The orbits in which they move are compared to machines given by material nature to the operating deities of the stars and planets who carry out the orders of the Supreme Personality of Godhead by revolving around Dhruva Loka. I mean, if you think about it, is that all they do, sit around and go around the chariot? That doesn't make sense, So they have other work to do also, managing the entire universe. Otherwise, everyday chariot, right? Doesn't make sense. So that's why I wanted to bring up. I don't want you all to think, wow, I don't want to be a demigod. That's another reason why you don't want to be a demigod. You'll just sit in a chariot going around.
But what is the purpose of these planets moving like this?
They're actually guiding the motion with the wheel of time. Yeah. So that's one function they are doing. Each planet has its own time scale to go through, each positioning they have to go through. By doing that, the change of different effects takes place. Time moves forward, as well as the effect, good and bad effect, happens on each planet. But all under the Maya Dekshena Prakriti, Suyate Sacharacharam. So under the purview of the Supreme Lord. So everything is moving, So in the paragraph after Ishvara Sarvabhutanam, Prabhupada writes, the machine given by material nature, whether the machine of the body or the machine of the orbit or Kala Chakra, works according to the orders given by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Supreme Personality of Godhead and material nature work together to maintain this great universe, and not only this universe, but also the millions of other universes beyond this one. So that Srila Prabhupada wanted to highlight that it's just not, everything works with the Lord, it's just not on its own. It has to be, He is in charge. Again, to make sure that we understand who He is, He is the controller, in charge. Tendency for us to forget that there's a Supreme Lord. Every paragraph we go, we become the controller, So we forget. The question, next paragraph, the question of how the planets and stars are floating is also answered in this verse. It is not because of the laws of gravity. Now that's very difficult to accept because we all are trained and conditioned into thinking like that. Rather, the planets and stars are enabled to float by manipulations of the air. It is due to such manipulations that big heavy clouds float and big eagles fly in the sky. Modern airplanes like the 747 jet aircraft work in a similar way. By controlling the air, they float high in the sky, resisting the tendency to fall to earth. Such adjustments of the air are all made possible by the cooperation of the principles of Purusha and Prakriti. Very interesting, na? Prabhupada explains very nicely. So similarly, the Lord's ability to float these stars, planets, He has that ability. So we shouldn't think He doesn't have that. And then, and then we go down to the paragraph after Janma Karma Chami Devyam. Not that paragraph, the paragraph after that. It is also significant that the predominating deities of even the greatest planets have been offered their exalted posts because of the very valuable pious activities they performed in previous births. So not just to sit on a chariot and go round and round. No, they have so many important work they are doing. They are administrators, so the universal affairs they take care like that. Then a couple of lines down, Prabhupada says, all the demigods are living entities who have been appointed to their various posts as the masters of the moon, the earth, Venus and so on, because of the great service and pious acts. Only the predominating deity of the sun, Surya Narayana, is an incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Maharaj Dhruva, the predominating deity of Dhruva Loka, is also a living entity. Thus there are two kinds of entities, the Supreme Entity, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and the ordinary living entity. Okay. Then in the last paragraph, or last two paragraphs, regarding the great eagles mentioned in this verse, because there are a lot of people who must be thinking, what are these eagles? So Prabhupada is answering. It is understood that there are eagles so big that they can prey on big elephants. They fly so high that they can travel from one planet to another. They start flying in one planet and land in another, and while in flight they lay eggs that hatch into other birds while flying through the air. In Sanskrit, such eagles are called shena. Under the present circumstances, of course, we cannot see such huge birds, but at least we know of eagles that can capture monkeys and then throw them down to kill and eat them. Similarly, it is understood that there are gigantic birds that can carry off elephants, kill them and eat them. The two examples of eagle and the cloud are sufficient to prove that flying and floating can be made possible through adjustments of the air. The planets in a similar way are floating because material nature adjusts the air according to the orders of the Supreme Lord. It could be said that these adjustments constitute the law of gravity, but in any case one must accept that these laws are made by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The so-called scientists have no control over them. The scientists can falsely, improperly declare that there is no God, but this is not a fact. Right? So everything is under the orders of the Supreme Lord. Because if you are embodied, you think there is no Lord. Text 4.
केचनैत ज्योतिर अनीकं शिशुमार संस्थानेन भगवतो वासुदेवस्य योगधारणायाम् अनुवर्णयन्ति.
This great machine, consisting of the stars and planets, resembles the form of a Shushumara, dolphin in the water. It is sometimes considered an incarnation of Krishna, Vasudeva. Great yogis meditate upon Vasudeva in this form because it is actually visible. So maybe you all can see, if you look carefully, the pole star and the dolphin out there. It is not a, it's like a Virat Purusha form, an imagination. It is real, it's there, but it's imagined to be like a dolphin. Purport. Transcendentalists such as yogis whose minds cannot accommodate the form of the Lord prefer to visualize something very great, such as the Virat Purusha. Therefore, some yogis contemplate this imaginary Shishumara to be swimming in the sky the way a dolphin swims in water. They meditate upon it as the Virat Rupa, the gigantic form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Text 5.
यस्य पुच्छाग्रे अवाक्षीरशः कुण्डली भूतदेहस्य ध्रुव उपकल्पितस्तस्य लाङ्गुले प्रजापतिर् अग्निर् इन्द्रो धर्म इति पुच्छमूले दाता विधाता च कत्यां सप्तर्षयः तस्य दक्षिणावर्त कुण्डलीभूत शरीरस्य यान्युद्यागनानि दक्षिणपार्श्वे तु नक्षत्राण्युपाकल्पयन्ति दक्षिणायनानि तु सव्ये यथा शिशुमारस्य कुण्डलभोग सन्निवेशस्य पार्श्वयोर् उभयोर् अप्यावयः समासंख्या भवन्ति पृष्ठे त्वत् अजाविति आकाशगंगा चोदरतः.
This form of the Shushumara has its head downward and its body coiled. On the end of its tail is the planet of Dhruva. On the body of its tail are the planets of the demigods Prajapati, Agni, Indra and Dharma. And at the base of its tail are the planets of the demigods Data and Vidata. Where the hips might be on the Shushumara are the 7 saintly sages like Vashishta and Angira. The coiled body of the Shushumara chakra turns toward its right side, on which the 14 constellations from Abhijit to Punarvasu are located. On its left side are the 14 stars from Pushya to Uttarashada. Thus its body is balanced because its sides are occupied by an equal number of stars. On the back of the Shushumara is the group of stars known as Ajaviti, and on its abdomen is the Ganges that flows in the sky, the Milky Way. So if you know all this constellation, you can look up and see. I'm not good at all this. Text 6.
पुनर्वसु पुष्यौ दक्षिण वामयोः शोण्योर् आद्राश्रेष च दक्षिण वामयोः पश्चिमयोः पादयोर् अभिजित् उत्तराषाढे दक्षिण वामयोर् नासिकयोर् यथा सांख्यं श्रवण पूर्वाषाढे दक्षिण वामयोर् लोचनयोर् धनिष्ठा मूलं च दक्षिणवामयोर् कर्णयोर् मघादीन्यष्ट नक्षत्राणि दक्षिणायानानि वामपार्श्व वङ्क्रिषु युञ्जित तथैव मृगशीर्षादिन्युगदायानानि दक्षिणपार्श्व वङ्क्रिषु प्रातिलोम्येन प्रयुञ्जित शतभिषा ज्येष्ठ स्कन्धयोर् दक्षिणवामयोर् न्यसेत्.